All right, a lot of love inside of the bunker for A-Bear's Specialty Meats. Love that.
A lot of meat talk.
Yes,
a lot of
indeed.
meat.
We'll be talking a lot about A-Bear's Specialty Meats and giving you good giveaways and opportunities to stop in. Got great locations. They're over in Lake Charles. They're in Lafayette. They're in Baton Rouge, Prairieville. Great news for the LSU basketball team that Darius Days shared with the public yesterday. We appreciate him doing that right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. That was help of our good friend, the American Gangster, best coach in college basketball, putting together the squad that everybody's talking about in the SEC. Adam Miller lighting up the Olympics or the Team USA and U18 squad. And his offseason is looks like it is moving along very well, as Darius Days yesterday gave the good word. Will Wade is here with us on this Wednesday morning. Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Doing really good. Darius Days was the news of the day yesterday in the basketball world. He was everywhere with his announcement that he was coming back. What does that do for your program?
Well, it's huge. I mean, it certainly gives us a veteran presence that we with some leadership. He's obviously a tremendous player. He's a great shooter. He's somebody that really we had to play out of position last year. He really sacrificed a lot for our team, sacrificed a lot for some of the other guys by playing the five and playing out of position for us. And, the effort he gave at that position, he should have, had 10 or 12 rebounds a game instead of 8. But he's somebody that's a known quantity. He's a first-team All-SEC player, and we look for him to have a career year. Look for him to have his best year this last year coming up.
When he plays at his best, when he feels most comfortable, where is he?
He'll play the 4. He'll play some other spots too, but mainly the 4. That's where I think he feels most comfortable, and that's we have to take the feedback of what the NBA teams and what some of those guys say, and so you've got to take that feedback and put it into his game. So he's been working hard at it with his training down in Florida, and we're gonna work extremely hard at it as we get going when he gets back this weekend. So. I think the 4 is more of his natural position. That's what he played for us the first 2 years, and that's what he'll get back to playing this year.
This might be a mouth breather question, and I apologize in advance because this is a very fan question. Could you name your starting 5 right now?
No, no, not at all. I tell you what,
one of them's in the G League.
It's going to be, it's going to be extremely competitive. I mean, we've got. I mean, the good news is we got good options. Everywhere. But no, I couldn't even come close right now because we could play a bunch of different ways. We could go really big with 6, 7 and above, 3, 4, and 5. We could go big at guard. We could be physical at guard. We could be small and quick at guard. We've got a bunch of different things we can do. I haven't, Colbert gets here this weekend. We haven't really seen Colbert, and he's long and athletic and can block shots, and so I think he can do some things that can help us. So we just haven't seen everybody, haven't seen how everybody plays together and that sort of thing. So no, I mean, I couldn't even begin to think about that. But it's good to have options. I know that.
Yes, sir, it is, and you've got plenty of them going into this season. When you look at your defensive transformation that you have made through the program in the past couple of seasons, a lot of that has taken shape in the offseason. Where are you on this implementation of your new defensive look, or not new anymore, but the way that you play defense in the program?
Well, we'll see. We ain't been very good, so we'll see. Look, I told our guys, and I told them, I'm going to quit talking about it, and we're either going to do it or we're not, because I sit up here and talk every offseason how we're going to be better at defense and be better at this, better at that, and we haven't been. So for the last 2 years at least. So, do I think we'll be improved? Yes, but that's not a giant statement there. But will we be improved? Yes, but But I'm not going to sit up here and pontificate about how much better we'll be here, how much better we'll be there, because we talk about it all the time. Like, we got to do it. And, I think we're off to a good start. I think we have a good sense of what we're doing. I think we've got some physical guys that really want to defend, Adam Miller and Tari Eason and Brandon Murray. They are physical and love to guard. And so I think there's some, I think that'll certainly help us quite a bit. But we got to do it. We want to take the next step and become a, top 10, top 15 type program instead of top 25 program that we are now. That last little bit's going to be our getting better defensively. So we gotta shut up and go make it happen.
What has been the feedback from Miller down with Team USA? Because I've read great things and just kind of following him making the cut and then kind of reading some things around him on the team. It seems like a lot of the things you were saying when you saw him on the floor practicing around the guys for the first time is what the Team USA representatives are saying as his coach. What's the feedback that you're getting?
It's been good. I actually they opened the tryouts up for a little bit up in Dallas. So I went up there and watched them and watched some of the initial tryouts. Flew up there last week to watch him for a day. But, it's been really good. I think he's got a great shot to start at the 2 for him. He's just competitive. He's got a great spirit. He's texted me, ideas he's got from other kids who are there and their programs and stuff like that. It's just, he's always trying to learn, always trying to figure things out. So, but no, all the feedback we've gotten from USA and some of the NBA folks that were there has been very, very positive.
Coach, you've built this team to seemingly be very deep. It's full of depth. Is this more of a team that suits your coaching style as opposed to maybe having a couple stars out there? Would you prefer to be able to be where you can roll out maybe 6, 7 guys, 8, and have a rotating bench like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer that. We've got to, I've got to evolve a little bit. We've done a study of where our guys' efficiency start to decline, and Coach Armstrong's been on me about this, and he's right. We don't really need to be playing our main guys more than 27 minutes a game. After 27 minutes a game, their efficiency just starts going way down. And we were playing guys 35, 36 minutes a game most of the season last year. The reality is, if you look at the Michigan game, we wore down at the end of the first half. We wore down at the end of the second half because we had the same guys out there the entire half. And so, there's some truth to all that. And so, we've got I've got to be committed to not playing guys maybe as heavy a minutes and trusting our bench a little bit more. But I mean, the data is very clear that we should be playing our main guys 27, 28 minutes. I mean, the data couldn't be more clear on that from what we've got. So, I think with that, I've got to make the adjustment, and then we certainly have. If you do that, you're going to have to play 9 guys just to make all the minutes work and to keep everybody fresh. And I think we've got 11 or 12 good options to find 9 guys.
Coach,
so we've got to find the right 9 guys out of that 11 or 12.
Coach, last time we had you on, you fooled us a little bit. You said you were done in the portal, and I guess Days doesn't fall into the portal conversation. But when you talked to him, what was that conversation like, and what was the selling point to get him back to LSU?
It was a long process. I went down to Florida and met with him. Flew down there and met with him. I mean, it was a long process because you want to do what's right. You want to do what's right by him. He's been with us for years. I mean, selfishly, certainly you want him back. But at the end of the day, if he had a chance to really carve a career out of, in a clear, easy, not an easy road, none of it's easy, but a real clear road to a career, that's what you want too. But, we had the discussions. I mean, I didn't know till Monday night for sure. He called me Monday night. I was at dinner with recruits. I got up out of the dinner when I saw Days' number pop up on my phone. So, I mean, I didn't even know for sure until, 8:45 Monday night. I kind of knew where it was trending, but he had a workout in Chicago that weekend. And, I didn't know. And so, but we just had open dialogue. I talked to Cam yesterday. Trendon was in town yesterday. He works out for the Pelicans. today, so I saw Trendon, and we went to dinner. I talked to Javante, had a workout yesterday in Atlanta. You're talking to all those guys every day, trying to help and get feedback and see where things are. But, with Days, we met, we had open dialogue. I met with his family. We did a Zoom to go over, what it would look like if he came back, how it would go, what his needs were, what the expectations were, to make sure that everybody was in line and in alignment. And we certainly were.
The one on Cam real quick. He must be getting good news. Did I read that right of him skipping the combine, of just saying he's got enough feedback to get ready for the draft? No, I didn't. You read it right. I can't say too much, but yeah. I'd say he's in a pretty good spot. Yeah. I'd say he's in a pretty good spot. Yes. Good night for Skylar Mays and just getting some action. I texted him. I said, "You watched us too much last year, flexing and getting all the technical."
Grabbing teams, dude. I can't repeat on air what Skylar texted back to me, but I texted him late last night. I said, "You were watching us too much, flexing." That's good. The technical, but he was fired up. I thought he looked great. He did his little spin moves and had 2 finishes down there, and I thought he looked great. So I've kind of been rooting for Corey Vincent, who was our GA the last couple of years. Right. He left us, and he's in player development for the Phoenix Suns. Yeah. And his dad's actually Fred Vincent, one of the candidates for the Pelicans job. But anyway, he was with us for 2 years and did an awesome job. He's the best. So I'm kind of hoping for a Phoenix Atlanta finals here. That'd be pretty cool. I know how much the NBA relationships mean to you and the development of your program. A lot of the guys that have been here, that have been in the league and currently playing, guys like Garrett Temple always talk about coming in here and some of the off-season runs. I wonder if you have a relationship with Ben Simmons, if you have any conversation with him or his people, or what do you anticipate this off-season to be like for him after the struggles that he saw at the highest level? Well, I mean, it's funny. I was talking to Coach Jones about that the other day. Coach Jones and I talked quite a bit, and I was talking to him about that. But I have spoken with Ben and his brother and some of those folks. But I don't know him well enough to get into those in-depth type conversations. But I do know this, and I know I know sometimes what our fans and people, he loved his time at LSU. He loved LSU. He follows us. They were in New Orleans playing a couple years ago, and he was actually going to come over and spend time with us and watch practice and talk to our guys. But their flight got delayed from Philly, and they didn't get to New Orleans in time for him to make it for practice and stuff. So, no, he loved his time at LSU. He enjoyed it. And, I hope he, continues to have a great NBA career and gets everything figured out here. You tipped everybody off on Sharif the last time you were here, and had everybody going and freaking out over some of the highlights. You seen those highlights from out in the Drew League? That's what I'm trying to ask you about. He's jumping over people. Speaking of catching teams, dude.
He looks great.
Yeah, he's been playing. He's been playing really, really well for us. That's actually his mom's team out there. She's the first female owner of a Drew League team. That's a big deal. Wow. It's a huge summer league out in Los Angeles area. So, but yeah, he's been playing. He's been playing great. I was joking with him yesterday. After he dunked on the guy, I stood over him. We went on Twitter and he went on Twitter and, said, I let my emotions get. I said, Sharif, you play for the bad boys of the SEC, man. We don't apologize to anybody. Stop all the apologizing, bro. We don't need any of that. Sounds soft. Duck on the guy, let him know it, move on. We don't need all that apologizing on Twitter and all that.
Salute General Wade.
Yes.
Salute General Wade.
Fall in love with the bad boys.
Let's just keep it going, man. We don't need any of that. Just dunk on the guys. Let's move on.
Coach, what do you think about Jay Johnson? Have you met him yet?
I have. Extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. Meticulous. Detail oriented isn't even the right word. and he's got a great pulse on things. I'll tell you, I mean, he he told me 2 or 3 things were going to happen. I looked up online. I catch up early in the morning doing my reading online. And if I didn't see 2 or 3 of those things were happening today, or happened yesterday, because we were talking about the transfer portal and putting rosters together. We spent some time talking about all that and kind of what we went through, and I kind of told him some things, and he told me about what he things he foresaw in the old transfer portal. So, he's meticulous, and he's going to do a tremendous job. I think he embraces the challenge. He's very, very hard on himself. He's got a game plan, and I like him. He's an offensive guy like myself, so I like that about him. But met his wife. She's tremendous, and so he's excited to be here, and I think he's going to do a phenomenal job.
Get her in compliance. It takes a lot to impress you in preparation, because you are a master of that. That says a lot about him for him to impress you in that category.
Well, I don't know if I'm a master of it, but he is detail oriented. Like I said, meticulous. He was in the office all the time. He was in the office the other night making calls to kids just to catch up with. And one of the kids said he was driving by. It was like 10:30, 11 at night. And he said, "Well, come on by," and he ended up meeting with the kid. And, I know he was telling me about that. I know he's got, I just know he's got a unbelievable work ethic, unbelievable drive. He just has great vision. He was talking about his staff and how he sees all that. Like he just has tremendous vision for what he's going to do, and knows what he needs to do, knows his strengths, and knows where he needs to go. But he's a recruiting machine. But he's got recruiting boards everywhere, and he's got a recruiting board in his house. I mean, he's just a recruiting machine. So
wow,
he'll be very, 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 very good, and I think our fans are going to love it. Like I told him, I said they're with you, win or tie. So just don't lose.
Last one, I'll get you out. Is there any advice that you give to him, or can you give insight to the listeners? Because so many people put a lot of stock in Louisiana-bred people running LSU. You're an outsider and having tremendous success. I say an outsider, just somebody that didn't have LSU ties or Louisiana ties when you got the job, a lot like Jay Johnson. Can you talk about maybe the benefit in navigating that through feeling comfortable in this job like you do now?
Yeah, win. Everybody likes a winner. That's a common.
Yes.
That's a common language. Everybody.
Very true.
Everybody likes somebody who wins. But I mean, no. I tell everybody, this place is unique and special. I say this to recruits too. I mean, I think there's 3 things that make our people are the best. Mm-hmm. I told them this: they're blue collar, hard working, give you the shirt off their back. They'll do whatever you want to. They'll do whatever you need to do. They'll support you. That's what they do. I said the people are the best. Number 2, the culture is unique. Our culture is very unique, and it's a drawing card for people. Like it's a drawing card for people. The culture, and it's almost like they don't understand it, but they want to see what we got and see what we're about. And so it's very unique for people. And I said, our food. I said, the people, the culture, and the food. And the culture and the food kind of go together. But I tell everybody that's what makes this place, makes this place special. And they want to do whatever possible for LSU to win. I told them that. I said, hey, if they're keeping score, our people care. Trust me. It doesn't. I mean, we'd be playing checkers. If somebody's wearing purple and gold and they're keeping score, they're following it. They want to win. It's important. But I mean, the biggest thing to do is, the people down here, you just got to treat them right, and move forward. I had a good friend of mine, Marty Chabert, who I think you know.
Oh yeah.
He told me when I first got here, the first month, he said, I thought this was really good advice. He said, you're not going to understand a lot of stuff. You may not know everything. He said, just understand this. He said, you can laugh with us, but don't laugh at us.
Wow. That is.
And I thought that I thought that was a really good way to put it.
That does.
And, like there's some stuff that may be a little bit different. And, when we're joking about it, laugh with us, but don't laugh at us for the way we do things. And I think if you do that and embrace that, I think, shoot, I love it here.
Yeah.
I feel like I've lived here my whole life now. And I'm barking at people about Louisiana when people say stuff bad. That's just, it is what it is. But, main thing is just win, baby. I mean, just win, and he's going to do that. That program's set up to win. And they got a lot of resources to win, and they've got a tremendous tradition from Coach Bertman and Coach Maneri and everybody. And so I think that thing's set up to win, and he's going to do it. He's going to be able to do more with more.
That is great advice from Marty J. That hits home, because you think about where you went to the next. You went to the next. Your trajectory just exploded was in that UL press conference when you took up for and defended for. I mean, people will now run through a wall for Will Wade, and I mean, everywhere we go, people are Coach, we love you, we love you. I mean, it's you can feel it. That is great advice from Marty J. I know I ask you this every time.
An arena, not a gym.
That's right.
I know I ask you this every time, and you tell your compliance that it's until the first semester in the first class. You got a huge piece yesterday. Is the roster done?
No, never. I mean, we're sitting pat for now, but we got some ideas. We got some ideas on some things.
Yes, indeed.
Jake's still working.
Jake was great.
Oh, Jake's working. Jake was in overdrive yesterday. We had 2 presentations yesterday. We got another one at 11 today on something. Jake's in overdrive right now. Jake's ready for the 4th of July to watch some fireworks.
He was great on the Jordy Culotta Show. Send him our best. Thank you for the time this morning.
I joked with him yesterday. I said, Days has now usurped you as the favorite guest on the show.
Nobody will take your spot, bro. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for your help over the last 24 hours for our show.
All right, guys. Boot up. Have a good one.
Boot up.